Welcome to Hoops Archives, where we focus on sharing real and interesting player stories on and off the NBA court. Subscribe to our channel to help you discover a more interesting NBA. His father is LeBron James. Can he still not play in the NBA? Before the start of the NBA playoffs in early April, Bronny James announced his participation in the 2024 NBA Draft, which has also become one of the hot spots of public concern in this summer's NBA Draft. So in this video, we take a look at Bronny's NBA Draft prospects and subsequent changes. In fact, after everyone learned the news, the media basically believed that Bronny could successfully enter the NBA. In fact, Bronny is making preparations in three aspects. His first choice is to enter the NBA. This is definitely Bronny's best choice and the choice that attracts the most media attention. I have to say that the selling point of father and son playing in the NBA is really eye-catching. This is unprecedented in the history of ancient and modern sports. As we all know, it is really difficult to get into the NBA. Everyone who can enter the NBA is the Michael Jordan of his own basketball world. It would be even more difficult for both father and son to be able to play in the NBA at the same time. This not only requires the player to become a father before the age of 20, but also to have a very long-lasting NBA career. The father can serve in the NBA until he is about 39 years old, and at the same time requires his son to be very competitive as the second-generation player. This young man cannot be like the sons of other basketball superstars who indulge in pleasure rather than progress. But so far, Bronny's freshman season performance is really mediocre. He currently averages only 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists in 19 minutes per game, shooting 36.6% from the field and 26.7% from the three-point range. This data is bleak, and he can be said to be a fringe player on the USC basketball team. You must know that there are actually many people in the world who have NBA-level strength but are not in the league. Many players suffer from not getting the chance to show off in the NBA. Bronny is different. Although he plays poorly, he still has a high chance of being selected by an NBA team. Because his father LeBron's influence is too great. This is a condition that other players of Bronny's age cannot have. Many fans hope that the Lakers will use their second-round pick this year to select Bronny to satisfy LeBron's ideals at the end of his career. Doing so will allow him to play with the Lakers with peace of mind until he retires. Bronny's second choice is to return to USC. As Bronny himself said in a post on Instagram that he wants to maintain his college eligibility while also entering the NCAA transfer portal. Bronny's history of heart disease is indeed the direct cause of concern for many teams in the NBA. He must be evaluated and approved by the league's health panel before he is eligible to participate in the team's combine workouts with the May draft. In addition to health issues, Bronny's skill level is indeed difficult to gain a foothold in the NBA. As soon as LeBron retires, he is likely to be abandoned by the NBA in an instant. More than one NBA executive has said that Bronny should return to school. One is to prove that he can play healthy, and the other is to improve his skills. His current strength is not enough for the NBA level. Another NBA executive who did not want to be named said that these NCAA players have been carefully inspected in high school. Bronny has never been in the top 5 in recent years, and a lot of information about him has been exaggerated by the media. There are actually two opinions about Bronny's strength. One is disclosed by the media, and the other is internal to the NBA team's draft team. It was clear that this executive was telling some truth. Bronny's third option is to go back to college and transfer. Bronny also said that he might not return to USC after withdrawing from the NBA draft, but instead transfer to another team to seek new opportunities. Because not long ago, Andy Enfield, head coach at the University of Southern California for 11 years, transferred to Southern Methodist University. Bronny, who has been unable to find his niche in Southern California after the coach left, may also switch schools and change teams. The team's positioning of Bronny throughout the season has also been very confusing. There were some games where it felt like Bronny was very important to the team. And in some games, it felt like the team was forcing him to play time. According to well-known reporter Adrian Wojnarowski, once Bronny decides to return to college and transfer, Duquesne University will be his main consideration. Last month, Duquesne hired Drew Joyce III as its new coach. Joyce was a high school teammate of LeBron's at St. Vincent St. Mary High School in Akron, Ohio. He is also a longtime friend of the James family. It can be said that Bronny has been carrying a lot of baggage that ordinary people don't have since he was a child. In this kind of spotlight, he still disciplined himself and overcame the illness to return to the court to chase his father's greatness. This is not an easy thing. But without the support of his father's influence, he is indeed an ordinary basketball player. But as LeBron's son, everything about him will be discussed in the public spotlight. He can't make any mistakes. Sometimes he may want to cry without any scruples. But he can't do that because he is LeBron James' son. When he was only 8 years old, Bronny attracted media attention and was featured in special reports. Bronny doesn't know why he is disliked by some fans. In high school, fans harassed Bronny by throwing trash at him. Bronny seems to be used to it. He did not rush over to argue with the fans, but stood calmly on the spot. The scene was heartbreaking. Once during a game at LeBron's alma mater, St. Mary's High School, Bronny was fouled by his opponent. The announcer on the sidelines said eccentrically that Bronny got this free throw all because of LeBron, because this arena was sponsored by LeBron. When he didn't score after a layup, the home fans yelled, "Who is your daddy?" in unison. Once he performs abnormally, he will face overwhelming ridicule and abuse. In July last year, Bronny suddenly felt dizzy and fell to the ground during training. A 911 call was made from the USC basketball team's training center. News about Bronny's cardiac arrest spread all over the internet. When LeBron learned the news immediately, he drove as fast as he could to Beverly Hills Medical Center. When LeBron got out of the car, he almost fell over and staggered into the hospital. In 2021, Bronny, a sophomore in high school, tore his meniscus. In 2023, he experienced another cardiac arrest that could ruin his basketball career. This makes us have to put a question mark on Bronny's NBA prospects. During this period, the outside world produced a lot of negative news for the sake of traffic. Stephen A. Smith once hoped that the public would be tolerant and considerate of LeBron and his son Bronny. Stephen A. Smith said, "If you know anything about LeBron James, you can say whatever you want. People can be critical, but nobody debates what a loving, wonderful father he is and how much he loves his children, especially Bronny." LeBron had a superstar aura when he first entered the league. He brought a championship to his hometown. He became the best player in history. He led the Lakers back to the heights they deserve, and he helped Anthony Davis become a true team leader. It seemed like every promise he made on the basketball court was fulfilled. The reason why he is still persevering is to complete the last chapter that he has never forgotten in his career. He has dreamed of playing with Bronny in the league countless times. This is not only a continuation of family affection, this scene will also become a beautiful story in the entire sports history. 20-year-old Bronny has easily achieved an annual income of over $10 million in the past year. But he chose to take the most difficult path because of his father's dream. The story of father and son working hard for their shared basketball dream is moving. Okay, that's all the content of this video. This episode is coming to an end, and everyone is welcome to leave comments. Please like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates. There's even more great stuff on my channel homepage. Thank you for watching.